Good day, everyone, and welcome to the Colorado Springs Chamber and EDC COVID Business Solutions video series. These quick videos of local experts responding to immediate business issues with simple guidance to help you find solutions for your business this week. I'm Neil Arthur, CEO of ArthurBiz Advisors. We work with private and family business owners to improve performance, bottom line, and company valuations. Joining me today are Brooke Colaizzi, who has practiced employment law representing business owners exclusively at Sherman Howard for 18 years. She currently serves as the practice group leader for the Labor and Employment Department. Paul Hurcomb is a partner at Willson PC in Colorado Springs. He has over 26 years of experience representing employers in a full range of employment law issues. Susan Sperber has been a partner with Roca for almost 30 years. She specializes in helping clients navigate through complex employment issues. So Paul, Colorado's new paid sick leave law went into effect January 1, 2021, and it applies to all businesses, no matter how many employees you have. There are special provisions too for COVID-related issues. What is the impact of this law on small business owners, and what do they need to do to comply?
Hi, Neil. So this new law, effective Jan 1 of this year, is called the Healthy Families and Workplaces Act. So starting January 1st, Colorado employers who have 16 or more employees have to provide up to 48 hours of paid sick leave under this new law. Next year, it will apply to all Colorado employers, even those with less than 16 employees. Now, since we're still in the COVID-19 pandemic, there is a provision in this law that requires a supplement of up to 80 hours of additional paid sick leave if it is related to COVID-19 or pandemic-related reasons. So all employers in Colorado need to be aware of that this year. For good information about this new law, the Colorado Department of Labor has a workplace poster which summarizes the law. And if you have any specific questions, I advise you to contact your employment law attorney to pose those questions.
Thanks, Paul. Great advice. Susan, there's another Colorado employment law that went into effect January 1 of this year too. It's all about equal pay for equal work. A big change for small business owners is the mandate that many jobs must now be posted. What does that mean for these employers?
Well, thanks for asking, Neil. The Equal Pay for Equal Work Act, passed here in Colorado, contains a portion devoted to transparency in pay, with the idea that transparency can help eliminate pay disparities. To achieve transparency, the law requires employers to post all promotional opportunities for at least 24 hours before filling them. And it's important for employers to understand that a promotional opportunity exists anytime a job would be an advancement for any employee in terms of compensation, duties, or even just an opportunity to further advance, which means that what constitutes a promotional opportunity is very broad. In fact, a promotional opportunity can exist even when it is just a simple step progression, like moving from an analyst 1 to an analyst 2 position. So if a posting is required, it must contain a rate of compensation or a range of compensation, along with information in general about incentive compensation and benefits that an applicant might be expected to receive if they're selected. Once an employer concludes that the posting is required, then the question becomes, how do I post? And here the law is flexible. Posting can mean a hard copy or an electronic communication, so long as the method that's chosen is accessible to all employees. And it's finally worth noting that this law only requires posting. It does not place any obligation on employers with regard to interviewing those who apply or as to the ultimate decision regarding who they select. Thank you.
Thanks, Susan. That's some really interesting stuff about how we need to be more public with the job availability. Brooke, over the next few months, the COVID-19 vaccination will become available to more and more segments of the population. What vaccine issues, the health of employees, customers, and themselves, should businesses consider and plan for?
Thank you, Neil. In these early weeks of the vaccination process, employers are really asking themselves, should I require my employees to get the vaccination? Or as an alternative, should I incentivize them or pay them in some way for getting the vaccination? Now, obviously, there are compelling reasons why an employer would want a vaccinated workforce. But the truth is that some employees may not be able to comply with a vaccination requirement or may be unwilling to comply with a vaccination requirement. So employers who are considering the best path forward need to keep these things in mind. And if you are considering either a requirement or even an incentive to get the vaccine, employers should keep in mind that you may have to reasonably accommodate certain groups of people, including individuals who have disabilities that may make it unsafe or impossible for them to get the vaccine, or individuals who have sincerely held religious beliefs that prohibit them from getting the vaccination. And moreover, some employees without any of those situations may simply be trepidatious about this whole process. So employers should have a productive and compassionate way of addressing those situations. I do want to note that it is pretty clear at this point, though, that employers are not required to accommodate somebody who simply has a non-religious objection to a vaccination. That is not something that is required to be accommodated under the law. And so as this vaccination process moves forward, I would just encourage employers to be patient. It's going to be a long process. And in the meantime, focus on those things that you've been doing for the last year to keep your workplace safe.
Wow, thanks, Brooke. It's very clear from the advice of these three experts that the changes in law and the changes driven by COVID make it important that you do see your attorney, because the rules in Colorado this year are a little bit different than they've been for a while. Thank you, Brooke, Susan, and Paul for your insights and tips, your wisdom and advice.
Thank you, Neil.
Folks, we hope this video of experts in Colorado employment law for small business has been useful. Please share it with the business owners in your circles. For more information, please reach out to the Colorado Springs Chamber of Commerce and EDC for more resources to keep your business thriving. Stay safe and see you soon.